So you admit it. You found out about the baby I gave up. And then you decided to blow that secret up to do as much damage as you could?
There was no master plan, Brooklyn.
Okay, I would hope not.
Dante had a child out in the world, and Rocco had a brother. They both deserved the right to get to know him. That's it.
Well, in deciding who deserved what, you decided that my son deserved to get hurt. And that's exactly what you did.
What? I never intended to hurt Gio. If I made a mistake here, it's that I did not go to Dante the minute I found out he had a child with you.
Brooklyn was afraid if you found out about the baby, you'd go looking for him.
I would have. And guess what? I would have found a 22-year-old adult living under my nose in the same house.
She didn't know anything about Gio.
Look, man, I can forgive a lot of things. I can forgive teenage Brooklyn for wanting to stay quiet, but not the adult who was living in the same house as me, who never said anything. And she should have. And you should have said something knowing how I'd feel, and you didn't. You said nothing.
Brooklyn didn't want her child's life to be turned upside down and disrupted by the past, and I respected her wishes.
Look, man, our lives are so intertwined, right? We're basically family at this point, right? So Brooklyn didn't want anyone to know that she was pregnant or that she had given the baby up, and I get it, she felt ashamed. But that was when we were teenagers. She should be ashamed for not telling me now.
Once you knew that I discovered that you and Dante had a child together, you had months to tell him the truth, but you just kept lying to him.
I thought that you respected the choices that I made for my child.
I understood your choices, but once it was clear that it was Gio, I couldn't stay silent any longer.
Why can't you see that it wasn't your call to make?
Because I chose to tell the truth. And you chose to lie again and again, and I won't lose sleep over that. Can you say the same?
You need to be very careful how you talk about my wife. Brooklyn has nothing to be ashamed of.
Ugh.
She agonized over that decision for years, and if you ask me, she did you a favor.
I didn't ask you.
Come on, man, you ran wild back then. Did you really want to trade all that in for diaper duty and 2 a.m. feedings?
I would have stepped up for my son.
Well, Brooklyn was a teenager, and she wasn't ready to become a mother. And she would have been forced to become one if she hadn't chosen adoption. Between the Cerullos and the Falconeris, they would have taken that choice away from her. She would have had no say in her own life.
So she chose for both of us.
She chose to break her own heart so her son could have a good life. And I think she chose right.
Yeah, she chose right for her, not for me or my son.